What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Trying to play Sonic Adventure Part 24. Here we are at the beginning of the wrap-up video, and as I've said before, and just for those of you who don't know what the wrap-up video is, this is the video where I talk about the game, and I usually show off anything that I didn't show off during the main playthrough, that wouldn't have worked out during the main playthrough, and really cool. Scoreboards, pretty much what you expect them to be. I can't show them right now, but I can show off this. So this is how to play the different characters, and it will show you the same screen that we saw. The controls for the game, the settings, credits, which I've already shown off. I guess I've already shown off.
Choose the feature you want to edit.
The language, the vibration, and all that. So yeah, I guess I did show off.
Sound test. You get to listen to cool sounds.
We'll just go to this. Let me see. Adventure stage. We'll do this first. Yeah, it's the one. We'll start with this one right now. I will change the different sounds to the different music as we go on, as I get tired of listening to it, because there's quite a bit to read in this particular one. But so we'll go ahead and start that now. Just adjust the microphone a little bit. Sorry about that. Anyway, so the Sonic Adventure is a video game created by Sonic Team and released on December 23rd, 1998 in Japan by Sega for the Sega Dreamcast, and it is the first game in the Sonic Adventure series. One of its development titles was Sonic RPG, although the final product was an adventure game and not a standard RPG. The updated edition known as Sonic Adventure International in Japan was released on September 9th, 1999 in North America and October 14th, 1999 in Japan and Europe, October 18th, 1999 in Belgium, the Netherlands, and Luxembourg, and December 3rd, 1999 in Australia. It sold over 1.27 million copies in the United States alone, making it the top-selling Dreamcast game. It is the first ever Sonic game on the 6th generation console. It received a sequel in 2001, marking the 10th anniversary of the Sonic series. And for development of Sonic Adventure began around April 1997 with a development team of 30 members after developing several different titles for the Sega Genesis. Producer Yuji Naka worked mainly on the game Nights of the Dreams for the Sega Saturn. The Sonic team started to work on an original 3D Sonic title for the Saturn, but development was ultimately shifted to the Dreamcast. According to Naka, remnants of the project can be seen in the compilation game Sonic Man. The development team focused on graphics and high resolution for this game, with Naka reflecting that we have pushed the Dreamcast as far as we can at present. Director Takashi Izuki, having developed Nights of the Dreams, proposed to Naka that they should develop a role-playing video game style RPG Sonic game. In order to achieve a more natural, realistic feel to the exotic locations, like ruins and jungles, the core members of the Sonic team traveled to Central America and South America. The team journey began in the northern part of the peninsula in a place called Chichen Itza. From there, the team traveled southward along the eastern side of the peninsula, where they also visited Cancun, Tulum, and finally Tikal. The team then left the peninsula, traveling down through Central America into South America, Peru, where they visited Cusco, Machu Picchu, and then Ica. The Chichen Itza Tikal provided the aesthetics concept of the shrine of Knuckles' race. Chaos and the serpents drawing on the walls of the temple. Cancun and Tulum provided the concept of Emerald Coast. Cusco, I don't think I'm quite getting that one. Provided the Chaos Emerald Altar. Machu Picchu provided the design of Windy Valley, and finally Ica provided the aesthetics for Tales of Sandboarding stage. However, the trip was not all fun and games, the team having unexpected encounters with giant spiders, snakes, and reportedly Yuki got to the became ill at one point. At the end of it all, the team returned to Japan and worked peaceful and enthusiasm to create the game. Naka aimed to create levels that would take the player at least 5 minutes to complete, yet retain similar gameplay to the Mega Drive titles. Following the creation of the basic level maps, Naka wondered, why don't we use this map for other characters? Also, during development, many wrote into Sega requesting a new character that would shoot enemies. Sega thought that giving the characters a gun would be odd. The development team also wanted to break up the intense action. This led to the introduction of Big and E102. One final element that Izuki wanted to have in the game was an enemy that was completely separate from Robotnik, and also something which up until then was impossible to create in the game. Wanting something liquid and transparent, the character of Chaos was thought of, presenting the original concept art and idea to knock Chaos was put on the spot and roll in the game. Chaos's ever-shifting nature and demeanor is something the team wanted to advertise, placing the character in the very first playable sequence of the game. The development team conducted surveys of fans to ensure that the final product, especially the character, pleased from the character of Sonic was redesigned for the game by Sonic Team artist Yuji something. Uekawa, I think. Uekawa? Or with longer legs and spines that Izuki subsequently noted were more suitable for 3D than Sonic's original more compact design, which was meant to be seen from the side. Certain levels such as Lost World and Windy Valley were rebuilt dozens of times. Sega made it a top priority to keep the game a secret until shortly before its release. Despite these efforts, screenshots were leaked onto the internet in mid-1998. Naka presented the game to Edge in mid-August. Its official announcement fell on August 2nd. And after the game's release in Japan, Sega and Sonic Team knew the game was not as finished as they would have liked it to be. In February 1999, Sega's Vice President Tadahiko announced that a more complicated version of Sonic Adventure, a more completed version of Sonic Adventure would be released along with Virtua Fighter 3 TB and Sega Rally 2 as launch titles for Dreamcast's international release. In June 1999, Sega announced that Sonic Adventure would be one of the 5 titles in the Dreamcast's Masterpiece Collection. The North American version of the game includes Japanese and English language audio tracks, as well as Japanese, English, Spanish, French, and German subtitles. Online gameplay and downloadable content were also added to the localization. Let me see if I have different. Not that one. Yeah, this a little bit. I don't normally talk about plot in the games. You've already seen the plot, but this is for the flashback scenes. This kind of like pieces it all together instead of it being all cut up between all the different characters and the player is supposed to piece it all together. This is all I'm going to talk about, but this is just what the story, the background story was supposed to be. A few millennia ago, the Chaos and Master and Ultra kept at an altar nearby the territory of the clan of Echidnas, which was Knuckles' clan. A peaceful echidna named Call, daughter of the chief, which he does have the name, but there's no way I can begin to pronounce his name. They befriended the Chow, they lived at the altar, and they protected the water deity Chaos. When the chief sought to expand his clan's territory, he wanted to steal the Chaos symbol to use their power to defeat his rivals, although Tikal and the Chow stood against him. He ordered his soldiers to charge anyway, resulting in many Chow being injured. This enraged Chaos would transform into a terrifying giant monster, destroying all of the Echidnas except for Tikal. Tikal sealed himself away at the Master Emerald with Chaos, and the magic caused the area surrounding the shrine to become Angel Island, also known as the Continent in the Sky. And, yes, that's pretty much it. So, you can get quite a bit of that from the... I guess I can listen to this one for a few minutes. You can kind of get a lot of that from the cutscenes, you know, or from the different times that you went into the past, but that just kind of gives you a summary of it, or it's not a summary, it's actually the full thing, but, you know, it just kind of gives you a more clearer image of what happened. Let me see, we need to go find another section to talk about. I guess gameplay. The game is divided up into two stages, action stages and adventure fields. The division of action stages and adventure fields was a serious departure from all previous Sonic games. Action stages are basically playable levels. This is the only type of area where Sonic or any of his companions will encounter enemies. Most boss battles appear to take place in the adventure fields, but they are actually in action stages designed to look like the fields. There are 11 action stages accessible by different characters. However, unlike previous Sonic games, action stages are not made up by zones or acts. Instead, the gameplay is more like each adventure field is a zone, and the action stages are the acts in the zone. The action stages have separate areas that could be considered acts, but they are not separate levels as in previous games. Emerald Coast, Sonic, Big, and Gamma. Tails, Knuckles, and Amy can get in via a glitch. Windy Valley, which is Sonic, Tails, and Gamma. Casinopolis, Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, which Gamma can get into via a glitch. Ice Cap, Sonic, Tails, and Big. Sky Chase Act 1, Sonic and Tails. Cooper Park, Sonic, Amy, and Big. Tails, Knuckles, and Gamma can get in via a glitch. Speed Highway, Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. Red Mountain, Sonic, Tails, and Gamma. Sonic, Knuckles, and Gamma. Sky Chase Act 2, Sonic and Tails. Sky Deck, Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. Lost World, Sonic and Knuckles. Hot Shelter, Amy, Big, and Gamma. Final Egg, Sonic, Amy, and Gamma. And Sandhill Side Mission. And Sonic can participate in that, but only, I think, after you beat the game as Sonic, then you can go back and take part in that. Sub-games are mini-games based on action stages. When you complete a sub-game on story mode, you unlock it on the sub-game menu located on trial mode. For some sub-games, you can use any character, but some of them require the use of characters from story mode. I think this is the one. Yeah, I think so. Let me see. Get back to where I was. You can get 2 emblems from each sub-game from achieving high scores. The second emblem requires a much higher score than the first. The scores appear at the end of a sub-game. You cannot get 2 emblems per character, but you can use any to get 1 emblem if it allows more than 1 character. So I guess that's why score is important in the Sky Chase Act. I was unaware of that. The adventure fields are non-linear game stages generally designed for light puzzle-solving, exploration, and plot advancement. They contain very few items, enemies, rings, etc. Every adventure field links to the other 2 fields in a Chow Garden. They also have 4 emblems each there. Each pack with various power-ups for different characters. The 3 adventure fields are Station Square, a large metropolitan city, and is the location of Sonic's first fight with Chaos. Robotnik plans to destroy it and construct Robotnik Land on its ruins. Train here takes you to Mystic Ruins. Mystic Ruins is a large mountainous area and the largest adventure field in the game, containing the crashed Angel Island. A train here takes you to Station Square deep in the jungle. A pyramid can be found. Tails' workshop is in this area. It also has a base home to Robotnik. The egg carrier, Robotnik's massive flying airship. This is the adventure field where most characters fight their final bosses except Sonic and Tails. The egg carrier has 2 layouts and multiple transport devices unique to this field. The egg carrier crash site. This area appears when the egg carrier crashes. This is an early stage for Gamma. There are 2 boats. One leads to Station Square while the other one goes to Mystic Ruins. So the bosses, which you already know the names are Chaos Zero, which Sonic fights, Chaos 2, Knuckles only, Chaos 4, Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, Chaos 6, Sonic, Knuckles, and Big, Triple Chaos, Super Sonic, Egg Hornet, Sonic and Tails, Egg Viper, Sonic, Egg Walker, Tails, Zero, Amy, Beta, Delta, Epsilon, Zeta, and E101 Mark II are all Gamma. Mini bosses, Sonic, Knuckles. Sonic fights Knuckles and Gamma, Knuckles fights Sonic and Tails, and Gamma fights Sonic and Tails. Which actually only fights Sonic. Or no, excuse me. Sonic is a mini-boss which Knuckles and Gamma fights. Knuckles is a boss that Sonic and Tails fights, and Gamma is a boss that Sonic and Tails fights, so my bad. The reception, Sonic Adventure received generally favorable reviews from critics. me get past this section. I'll listen to this one real quick. Let me see. Character. I guess we can listen to Gammas. That's nice to listen to and really won't drag my attention away. Sonic Adventure received generally favorable reviews from critics. The current game rankings average ranking is 86.51%. It became one of the few Sega All-Stars games. The Japanese video game magazine Famitsu gave the game a score of 38 out of 40. Although criticized for its camera system, frame rate issues, and fishing stages, if big, the game was still highly praised for retaining the fast and enjoyable gameplay that Sonic was known for in 2D, as well as the game's graphics, multiple characters, storylines, and soundtrack. Brandon Justice of IGN rated the game an 8.6 out of 10, criticizing various glitches in voice acting while praising the game's visuals and gameplay. As of August 2006, the Sonic Adventure has sold over 2.5 million units worldwide, making it the best-selling Dreamcast game. This includes 1 million sold in the United States. At the time of its release, Adventure was acclaimed by the Arcade magazine as a quantum leap forward in aesthetics and visual detail in video games, estimated by Hyper to exceed that which was possible on high-end PCs. Computer and video games stated shortly afterwards that Sonic Adventure was one of the best games ever made, and marveled that many things you thought were impossible to see and experience in computer games are now here. Edge's preview stated that graphical features like an amazingly detailed cityscape showed off the Dreamcast potential, comparing it to Super Mario 64's role for the Nintendo 64, and explained that as a showcase of what the machine could do, Sonic Adventure is perfect. Speculation arose that the game could save the Dreamcast, which had not sold well so far, by the end of 1998, or even re-establish Sega as the dominant console manufacturer after the relatively unsuccessful Saturn. The 1001 book put the game in its list as video games that should be played before dying. For the alternate versions in port, Sonic Adventure Limited Edition is a special pre-release of the North American edition of Sonic Adventure for the Sega Dreamcast, and was made to show the connection between Sega and the Hollywood studios. In July 1999, the game was made available for rent for a limited time, and until 2 months, its features would vanish. In 2008, retail and pre-production images of the Sonic Adventure Limited Edition GD-ROM were dumped by DRX. For Sonic Adventure International is a revision of the original Sonic Adventure. It is established. It is essentially the version of Sonic Adventure that was distributed worldwide with minor polishing touches. This re-release was deemed necessary due to Sonic Adventure being rushed to the Japanese market, having several programming errors and unimplemented features. North American release had approximately 10 months of development. It is the final edition released for Dreamcast. Contains several of the changes made for worldwide versions, including there are more options available, such as a complete English voice track added alongside the Japanese one. The in-game text can be selected in 5 different languages: English, Japanese, French, Spanish, and German. Other languages tend to follow the English script rather than the Japanese one. For example, references to Dr. Robotnik instead of him being called Eggman. The English settings are default in all regions. In addition, there is optional rumble support. Some cutscenes contain slightly different sound mixing as well as angle and timing differences. One noticeable instance is the cutscene after Sky Chase 1 in Sonic's story, which is a camera angle closer to the girl's perspective in the re-release rather than Sonic. Another example is the short cutscene when Knuckles first arrived in Mystic Ruins, in which it originally played to Call's theme rather than the Mystic Ruins area. Yet another difference is when Gamma lands in the Mystic Ruin, in which he was not shown actually landing during Tikal's final flashback. Chaos also originally emitted a wounded Chow noise rather than a roar from his later form when he used the Master Emerald. Note that individual character animations are also slightly different in terms of speaking and action. Let me see. Oh, that's the wrong one, my bad. I was just trying to go from whole lot of... Let's go back to the action stages. Some visuals were altered for unknown reasons, which is evident right on the updated title screen, which includes water ripples, although earlier North American copies had the original title screen. For instance, Sonic's running animation at top speed originally had a unique blurring wheel effect akin to the classic games, and his victory animation did not have him giving a thumbs up. Another example is a stylized cowgirl billboard that waved a 3D martini glass and made suggestive noises when attacked, which was replaced by an inconspicuous Casinopolis decoration. Models for the flickies were also adjusted in international, as their wings originally had an odd wing joint. Chaos's Puddle and Supersonic story also originally included his tail, but it was removed since it looked glitchy. Some sound clips are missing altogether in the initial release, such as characters cheering from the boosters in Twinkle Circuit, idle animations having unique lines of dialogue for each location. Virtually all of Gamma's gameplay voice clips make him silent outside of cutscenes in his rival battle, and certain other clips like the announcements at the train stations. Other sound effects were changed entirely, such as the lasers of the egg pipe. Pinball boards at Casinopolis can now be shaken to adjust Sonic's trajectory. There is a new ball counter. Some of the menus were better organized, such as those under Trial, which now include emblem results. Even though it was originally Japanese, or excuse me, even though it was originally in English, even though it was already in English, the Hedgehog Hammer screen was updated to text scroll faster, which makes it between the loop, the default high score, or high score, which is HI instead of HIDH. And the original version now has the name Dr. Robotnik rather than Eggman. The format for prize text is also slightly different, such as Fighter's feather being changed to You Get the Warrior feather. This may be a reference to Sonic the Fighter, which is the first game to feature the Pico Hammer. There are more robust features on the internet for those who have their Dreamcast online with a functional black market exclusively on Japanese servers. Some minor glitches were fixed, notably related to camera properties and occasionally collision detection. A miscellaneous example would be after Gamma completes Windy Valley, he spawns in front of the train station due to the fact that they're using the path. Major Island open up to the train station. Due to the game's engine being updated for the international audience, normal save files were incompatible with the previous version despite being no Dreamcast release. The A-Live files, however, are completely identical and are interchangeable between the two. We're still on the alternate versions. Sonic Adventure Director's Cut is a platform game for the GameCube and PC in 2004. The game was released as an enhanced port of Sonic Adventure International for the Dreamcast with several additional features and changes. The PC version was at first released only in Japan and Europe, but later saw a limited North American release. Sonic Adventure DX includes a mission mode which included 60 missions to complete throughout the adventure fields and action stages. It also contains a mini-game collection which is comprised of 12 Game Gear games featuring Sonic and friends. And a digital port, Sega announced on June 10th, 2010 that a digital version of the game will be made a downloadable title on the 360 and PlayStation 3 along with Crazy Taxi. Sonic Adventure was released on the Xbox Live Arcade and the PlayStation Network on September 15th, 2012 for $10. The DX content is available to add onto the game for an additional $5 even without the DLC, which is essentially a variant of the PC port with locked content. Sonic Adventure DX Director's Cut was later released on March 5th, 2011 on Steam. Trivia. The Sonic Adventure games are considered to have been a sort of been a sort of revamp of the Sonic the Hedgehog series due to the new character designs introduced, some of which differ greatly from the original designs, such as with Amy and Robotnik. The classic designs are paid tribute, however. A slot machine and one-up icon Saturn models of Sonic and Tails were also intended to be used whilst piloting the tornado, according to pre-release screenshots, although this may have been a placeholder. An unused line from the call states, gather 50 rings and press the action button while you jump. It'll transform into Supersonic, but watch out for your ring consumption, which means that Supersonic was originally going to be played in the normal levels. I guess this will do for now. In the PC version of DX, there's a hack that makes this possible. If one were to have installed the hack, beaten Supersonic story, then played any of Sonic's action stages. Along with that, this feature may have been realized officially through unlocking Supersonic and Sonic Generations, though only in the sense that you can play as him in Speed Highway, which I don't even know why that's on there. When Big enters an elevator, he will say ow when the doors close, and since part of his tail is seen, it is obviously implying his tail got caught between the doors. Sonic Adventure is the first Sonic game to feature downloadable content, as the Dreamcast was the first ever video game console to have online capabilities out of the box. DLC range from celebratory holiday decorations in the adventure goes in a few levels, such as on Christmas and Halloween, with additional ranking contests and the addition of the Chow Black Market. The game has sold over 2.5 million copies worldwide, making the best-selling Dreamcast game. The original Dreamcast version of the game, if one were to insert the disc into a PC, special wallpapers hidden on the disc will be available for download. There's also a list of main console Sonic game prior to the release of Sonic Adventure. Although Sonic CD is absent from the list, it reads Sonic the Hedgehog 1991, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 92, Sonic the Hedgehog 3 94, Sonic and Knuckles 94, Sonic Jam 97, Sonic Adventure for Japan 1998. Cream the Rabbit makes cameo appearances in Sonic Adventure DX. She can be seen flying around Station Square when certain levels have been finished or when a few special cutscenes have been played. She also appears in the same manner in the Xbox Live PlayStation Network versions of Sonic Adventure, even without having the DX DLC installed. This is the first 3D main series Sonic game to feature Amy as a playable character. The screens on the PC version are open matte. The Sky Chase Act 1 is going to contain a two-headed dragon robot which would likely chase the tornado toward the end of the level and act as a boss if scrapped, but it remains an unused asset in the game. Hacking any version of the game can make it appear its programming is very limited and does not attack. The game is noted to have many glitches, some of which allow characters to access levels they normally can't play, such as Tails and Emerald Coast or Knuckles in Jungle Park. This suggests that some of the characters at one time were intended to go into the level. Sonic is on the tornado. He has his original shoes on instead of the light speed shoes, and is also missing his crystal ring, that is, if the player had acquired it. The music in the beginning of Sonic's version of Jungle Park borrows music from Panic Puppet Zone from the Mega Drive version of Sonic 3D Blast, and Windy Valley's Last Area remixed Mega Drive music from I guess that's what they're talking about. This bit of the and in Windy Valley's Last Area, I'm sure I can listen to that as well. Back to it. I guess that would be. This would be good. And Windy Valley's Last Area remixed Mega Drive music from Green Grove Zone, as the latter was also in Sonic 3. Screenshots from the ending are from the initial Japanese release and all Dreamcast versions and the GameCube enhanced support and further re-releases. Not counting the Sonic World and Sonic Jam, this is the first Sonic game to feature a hub world. It was also the only Dreamcast Sonic game to have a hub world. On a side note, the Sonic World is a prototype of Sonic Adventure when production of the game is still on the Sega Saturn. The PlayStation 3 version of the game is the first Sonic game to be on PlayStation Network. The game is represented in Sonic Generations. Speed Highway reappears as the first stage of the Dreamcast area. The home version, while Emerald Coast appears as the first stage of the portable version. Also, Perfect Chaos appears as the gate boss in the Dreamcast era in the home version. The playable story cast can be paired in groups based on the jumping method, ball or straight. Of those groups both have the same missions, but with some slight differences. Amy and Sonic both get to the goal, but Amy's missions have an invisible foe race against another character while Gamma races against the clock to defeat his adversary. This is the first Sonic game to have a different level entrance screen style. The other is Sonic Unleashed. Since the level entrance screens are also loading screens, if you run the PC version of Sonic Adventure DX on a powerful computer, they appear for less than a second. Some tracks in the WMA files and sound tests are not heard at points in the game where the name suggests they should play. The carrier was meant to have a different track for when it landed in the sea. This track, however, is used in the cutscene when Gamma finds E101 Beta as E101 Mach 2. Amy was meant to have a track named Amy Hurry Up that supposedly was meant to have played while she was being chased by Zero. This track was instead used during the cutscene in Tails' story when Robotnik launches the giant missile on Station Square. Since Amy was in the beginning of this cutscene, it could be named after Amy, telling Tails to put it. Many prototype images of the Dreamcast were reused at the promotion of Sonic Adventure DX. Ryan Drummond, the voice actor for Sonic, said in an interview, this is his favorite Sonic game. Box of the PC version of Sonic Adventure DX, Director's Cut claims that this is Sonic and Friends' PC debut, but this is false. The first Sonic game on PC was Sonic Hedgehog CD. During Super Sonic's ending, Knuckles is seen without his shovel claw, and Tails is seen without his rhythm badge, despite both being mandatory to obtain in order to complete their stories and unlock Super Sonics. Although the game was originally released in 1998, one of the trailers of Sonic Generations lists its international release year 1999 as its official release year. Hot Shelter is the only stage where Sonic is not playable in. This game never had a 2D perspective part in the game. In Sonic the Hedgehog Director's Cuts, in the Sonic Adventure DX Director's Cut version, when Amy is captured by Zero, you can see that she has her Dreamcast version design rather than her new design. Tails and Knuckles do not share a stage with Amy. Knuckles does not share a stage with Big as well. Sonic Adventure was listed in the book 1001 Video Games You Must Play Before You Die. In addition to that game, Sonic the Hedgehog and its sequel were also listed, so I guess that's Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and Sonic the Hedgehog 2. There are 3 stages where the 3 accessible characters for Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles was being Casinopolis, Speed Highway, and Skydeck. Finally got through all that. Let me see. What else do I need to show
Choose
off?
the feature you want to edit.
There should be 1 or 2 other things. Go back now. Yeah, the trial mode. I'll just show that off. I'm not actually gonna see emblem results. I can show that off. So you can see A, B, and C is already filled, so that's the A, the B, the A and B. I guess I can show one off, but you can see for each character. And then in the adventure field, you can see how many I got. I got 2 in each. And in mini games, each race has one, which I didn't get in this save file, but I have in other ones. Ending, which I would assume for being all characters and Supersonic. Show off the trial action stage.
Select your character.
I'll just run
Let's get
through
him.
one with Sonic really quickly just to show it off. Which you
Select a
normally do.
stage.
Speed highway with this. I guess I'll just that should be the easiest to do. It being the first stage and all, but so this would be a B ranked the level because we have to collect 50 rings to destroy the capsule, and you have to do that for every level. This Sonic plays in would be that would be level B, you have to collect 50 rings, keep those rings, and then finish the stage. You couldn't just collect 50 rings, lose them, and then go to the stage with less than that. So, these earlier levels, it's pretty easy to keep the level, keep the rings, but actually when you die, might have been a little faster level than this one. I'm just thinking about the way the level is laid out, but into any stage, like you see, you know, I only have 5 lives right now. But if I was to go through the adventure stages, go through the adventure field and the story mode and all that, I think I can still access this, which would allow you to gain grabbing animals that you normally get, or from the enemies, and you'll be able to use them for your chow. Right now, any animals that I grab, I will be able to put towards chow. So if you was trying to level up the chow while also playing the game at the same time, this would be a great way to do it. Or that would be a great way to do it. The way that I'm doing it now isn't it's not efficient. I do it like that, but anyway, like I said, these are actually very easy to do, even in some of the later levels. I would say the only one that you may have a problem with would be Final Egg, but I think I might have gotten over 100. I might even got close to 200. 200 rings when I played through there the first time, which I think is very good. I don't normally keep a lot of rings, which you end up losing quite often. Okay. Glitch. Usually have a problem through that, but I don't usually have that problem. This is a great way, if you need rings fast for your chow, this is a great place to get them run through the Sonic. If you take your time, try to go after every single ring, you can get up, you know, if you get really lucky with the ring box, you can
Jump
get up
on
close to
panel
500
number 1.
rings.
It will take you to panels 2 and 3.
But
Jump as soon as you land on a panel, or
block
else you'll fall.
from the ring boxes, you know, getting 40s, either 20s or 40s almost every single time. You can afford to, you know, you can afford to get a few 50s here and there, but you know, instead of going after every single ring, taking your time, trying to go after every single ring you can. And so that's a great way. This is a great level to farm rings if you need them. But so that shows that off. Each character will have their own thing. Like I think Tails does collect 50 rings. I guess I could show them all off, but I think that would take too long, honestly.
Yeah, not
This
bad.
is already starting to be a fairly long video, as it is.
Select your character.
Yeah, I guess I will. I should, but instead you got 5 other characters to do it. Different varying degrees of their levels. So I'm not going to. I'm just going to stop here. I guess the only thing that would be left would be to show the trophy list for this game. So this would be meet Tails, or you know, unlock Tails, unlock Knuckles, Amy, Gamma, Pig, complete Sonic story, and then complete your all character stories. Yeah, I guess that would assume also a Super Sonic story. Get level A on all the action stages, which would be to get the emblem for all of those levels. Sub-game master, get all emblems of the sub-games. Chow's best friend, get all, Chow's best friend and Chaos' best friend, I'm not 100% sure. Get all emblems of the Chow race. Get all emblems in the adventure field, and then the perfect adventure, which is get 130 emblems, and this is for the DX DLC. Get all 130 emblems by playing Sonic Adventure, DX. Get level A on all the action stages by using Metal Sonic, which Metal Sonic becomes a playable character, but all he is just a skin for Sonic. But yeah, so that's everything I want to show off and everything. There's one thing I wanted to mention. I didn't mention when I was talking about the game. What Chaos is supposed to be is he's supposed to be a regular Chow that was mutated by the power of the regular Master Emerald. It doesn't go into a whole lot of detail why he turned into a water, have a watery form and can control water and all that, but that's just how Chaos came to be, was, you know, regular Chow got mutated. Chaos. But anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. Thank you for watching. I'm not sure what my next project will be, but until then, everyone.